They're not patient enough, so they jump right to the next one, and that's how it happens. So patience is the key, and what to watch out for. What's the language your body's communicating to you that you need to be aware of?
Okay, so to begin, if we want to begin doing the rear foot elevated split squat, I think, or Bulgarian split squat, it's a good, if you've never done anything like it before, it's a good place to start by just doing a regular split squat. So in a Bulgarian split squat, our rear foot is elevated. It's either up on a bench, it's either up on a couple plates, a few inches off the ground. If we want to start from a good
Why
position.
don't we show everyone what that even looks like? Maybe a lateral view?
Yeah, lateral view would be great.
Yeah.
So how I like to do it, I like to have I usually have my athletes put a few bumper plates, the thicker plates, like 2, maybe 3 45-pound plates. So their back foot can be in an active position on top of these plates, only about maybe 8 inches off the ground. And so you can do it on a bench though if you like. So I'd have them.
Let me make sure that you're in the video.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'd have them get into a regular bilateral squat position, feet either right directly under the hips or maybe slightly wider. I'd have them step back with their dominant leg. So we begin the exercise on our not dominant leg or our weaker leg. So we step back with our dominant leg onto either the bench or the rubber weights. We step back, and then I have them simply think about bringing their knee directly down to the ground. So knee directly down to the ground, and back up. I would not start with weight. Obviously, we just like either a back squat or a bench press. I would start with our body weight and see if we can accomplish it, see if we have any form breakdowns. So once we complete one set with our weaker leg, then we're going to switch to our dominant leg and match the reps that our weaker leg accomplished. So let's say I do 3, you go back into my starting position. I'm going to step back with my non-dominant leg this time. I'm going to set my angle, make sure I'm sturdy on my legs, down and up. So say I did 3 on my left, I'm going to do 3 on my right. We want to stay balanced, so we want to do the same reps on both sides and the same sets.
So again, if you haven't watched the other videos, we're reminding you that you're hip hinging forward instead of bending your torso forward at the waist. You're putting probably more like 70% of your weight on the front foot instead of the back foot, and your toe tracking, in other words, your knee is not going in or out, and you're also not exceeding, you're not going beyond your toes, so that's too much injury wise, right?
So
in other words, like you're not doing that.
So that would depend on the adaptation we want. So if we're trying to work on,
certainly not for a beginner.
No, okay, not for a beginner, not for a beginner. But if you already by know what a Bulgarian split squat is, you've progressed it, and you know what you're doing. If you want to grow your quad, say you want a bigger thigh, then having your knee travel a little bit further across your toes, while keeping a firm flat foot, will increase the torque at the knee joint and increase that range of motion for our quad to get it to grow a little bit.
So a little addendum to what John just said, I would not suggest you go add a bar or weight when you're starting to do this, because believe me, no knee injury is fun. Knee joint is a very tight joint, so you don't want to destroy the structures there. And if you have a little bit of pain, don't disregard it. It's very, very, very important to look into it right away and start doing things like active release or basically functional rehab to really normalize the musculature around your knee joint, so you're not going to injure your knees. Knee injuries are just the beginning of destruction of your postural balance. So it's one of those things you don't realize the importance of it until years later when you can't even do the walking.
Like I said, if you know what you're doing and you've done these before, then you can start playing with that. If you're just starting, forget what I said. Just skip through that part. So how I would start this, I'd start with both my feet on the ground. I'd have a slight raise in my back foot, and then once I'm comfortable, or once you know you're comfortable, when you know what you're doing, it feels good, I would start with dumbbells. 2 10-pound dumbbells right next to your side. 5.
So maybe we should do this, John, in the next video, where we'll discuss actually the different variations and what to watch out for. So the best thing to do is to how many reps would you say is required, or it would be a good start?
So the thing we got to remember is we're doing double the reps because we got 2 legs. We're going to be doing the same amount on my right, same amount on my left. So we don't want to do.
And the left, or the non-dominant one, is the one that determines the frequency and the duration.
Yes. So you can do 15, but it's not going to be fun. You're doing 30 total reps. So I don't see why not, but it's gonna be tough.
Well, I do see why not. I'm so I raise this question just because most people ask me those questions, but my answer is always the same. You do not want to sacrifice your form and what allows you to continue on without injuring yourself to the number of reps you have. Because if you tell your brain, I want to do, 4 sets of 30, your brain's going to give you 4 sets of 30 at whatever cost that is. And that is how injuries happen. So you need to constantly check to make sure the different things that have to exist to prevent injury and meanwhile get you what you want, which is strengthening your lower extremities in this case, and your lower back, and overall core. You don't want to sacrifice that because you want to get there.
Yes.
So postural integrity is the determining factor.
Yes, as long as we can maintain our technique and make sure we got what is supposed to be happening is happening, and we're not feeling any deviations from rep to rep, we're good. We're good.
Anyway, thanks for watching. Please visit my website, Irvine Spine and Wellness Center. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. And Coach John is also contributing to our blogs, which I have to tell you, John, honestly, I love the way you write.
Thank you.
It's very well done. It's actually fun. You're pretty funny. Anyway, thanks for watching, and shoot any questions you have. Send me an email with your questions. We'll make sure all the different methods of contact are included in the description box. Take care.